Hello, welcome to Hook Legends, and thanks for watching today's episode. I'm Henry, your host. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you a little bit about plastic baits, and I want to talk about how you should properly select bait. So this is going to be a plastic bait how-to guide. You know, it's fall, the fish are stacked up, they're going to be doing a lot of different things, some of which I'm going to talk to you about, but I want to take you through my tackle box, you know, so you'll know, so you can be prepared to have everything you need to have. Because the fish have started fattening up and you don't want to miss yours. So I'm going to be back, going to put these back in the live well, wife wanted some fish, but then I'm going to come back and talk to you about plastic baits and what you need to be ready for this fall feeding frenzy. See you in a sec. Bam! So let's go ahead and jump right in. First thing I want to talk to you about, the fish right now are kind of congregated up into massive schools. I was thinking, you know, they do different things different years down here, at least in Lake Tackling. Now, these fish used to kind of get out and roam around. Now they're pretty much stuck on structure and the bait's pretty tough. So when the bait's tough like that, guys, you have to keep changing up your bait until you find something that's going to get you the most bites. Now, in this particular lake, when the fish are stubborn, you may not find a bait that's just going to make them start biting one after the other, but you can, as I showed you when I started this video, that you can get out and catch enough fish for dinner. So I want to talk to you about baits. Well, as fishermen, sometimes I think we get a little bit too locked into our prize bait, our best bait. Speaking of that, I'm guilty. I want to show you something. The first bait I want to talk about, and I put up a full-blown picture of it in case the camera didn't show this real well, but this is a split tail curly tail grub. That's one of the first stick bait, one of the first jigs that I used ever, and they were readily available in a lot of tackle shops, so that's what I started fishing with. I cast it out, I swam it in. Guys, I cannot tell you the number of years I did that. Probably have caught me more fish than any other, more crappie than any other lure I put my hands on. So why did I do that? Well, because it was readily available. I didn't understand at the time. I didn't have live scope. I couldn't watch the fish behavior. Now I can watch the fish behavior. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about here is the stick bait, the classic old stick bait. Now guys, I probably put more fish in the boat with that than any other type of bait at the moment. But stick baits, as you can see here, I actually have two different styles of stick bait. Okay. Now I partnered with some of the best in the business, guys, to bring you a variety of bait. So a stick bait, I want to tell you when to use it. If you find fish and they're kind of, especially if they're lethargic and they're just hanging around cover and they're not moving around a lot of times these fish will get down in that thermocline and they don't want to move. They don't want to chase. They don't want to come more than a foot up vertical. That's when you want to use one of these stick baits that I'm telling you about. Take a stick bait, you can work it very, very slow. Now, sometimes the fish are on cover and on cover, and they will chase. Okay. Now, when a fish will chase, a lot of times, especially in the fall, you want to go with a curly tail grub, guys. That bait's gonna have a lot of tail action when you're pulling it through the water. Now, as you can see, if you're just sitting there dangling it, it's not going to generate a whole lot of action, and it just looks weird. You don't want to use this if the fish aren't chasing, if the fish aren't moving, and you just plain out vertical jigging, guys. The curly tail grub is not your best choice. But in that scenario that I told you about, that's when you want to use this bait. Now, this bait doesn't have a whole lot of action unless you give it the action, guys. And that'll be a separate video presentation. But you know, you can sit there, you can pop it, you can throw it out, pendulum it in real slow. You can tremble it, short jerk it. There's just so many things you can do with this stick bait. It's a versatile bait. That's why I like it. Now, the tail does have a lot of action to it. Okay. Now, on my website, I have different a couple of different styles of these stick bait, and here's a popular one. I love it, guys. And I'm going to get into why I love this particular style a little bit later on in the video. So these are your stick baits, and I have a variety of colors and these styles on my website, so make sure you go over there and you check it out. I also want to show you another stick bait. This is another minnow type bait with a forked tail, okay? And when the fish want something smaller, so maybe they're on cover, maybe they're not moving, maybe they're on structure, they're not moving, they don't want to chase, they don't want to go vertical too far, they don't want to go horizontal too far. Sometimes you have to downsize. This I went out and added to my collection of bait on the website just for that purpose, guys. This is another stick bait, minnow bait, whatever you want to call it, where you kind of add the action to it. Has a lot of glitter in it. On these bluebird days, bright sunny, that glitter is going to reflect. It's going to look like scales coming off, and it can trigger a bite for you, okay? Another stick bait, just like the ones I showed you already, but a miniature size of the same bait, okay? So sometimes, once again, same conditions. There's different times, guys, especially when the water temperature gets above 87 degrees, between 87 and up, even above 90. In this particular lake, they just do not want a big bait, and you have to go as tiny as you can go in order to trigger that bite. Now, speaking of triggering that bite, this one is tiny, guys. This is a 1 inch stick bait, okay? Very, very tiny, but when the fish absolutely won't bite, or you can use it just like a pitcher will use a change-up pitch. Sometimes you use a change-up bait. I can't tell you the number of times I fished a school of fish, toss out there, catch 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 fish, and then all of a sudden nothing. That's when I start going to a different style bait. Some of the fish in that school may want one style. Other fish in that exact same school may want a different style bait, guys. So I'll switch up. I'll go through all the different styles, and for each style, for a given lake, I try to figure out what the predominant colors that they prefer. Now, fish in different lakes, guys, I can tell you, of these baits I have right here, for example, I can go maybe 15 miles in another lake, a natural lake that I know here in this particular area, and the curly tail will just, they'll just kill them, guys. They'll just snatch them out one after the other. Here in this particular lake, the stick baits are going to do a little bit better. Each lake has its own personality. So I've kind of went through the different, I think I went through all of the different situations. Oh, no, I didn't. So what I didn't address was, now I covered the situations now for the fall, but fall is going to eventually slip into cooler. Man, my spot lock's jumping around on me, scared me there for a minute. But one of the things that's going to happen as the temperatures get cooler is the crappie going to start moving around, okay? Now when they start moving around and roaming, I'm going to go to some different rods and reels. Guys, I actually switch up boats between when the fish are on structure and cover. I love this pontoon boat. It's comfort. It doesn't run that fast, but it's comfortable. It's stable. Then when the fish start moving around, I'm going to switch up boats so I can chase the fish a little bit more. This particular boat, I have the transducer over here on the side, move with my hand on the boat to chase. It's on the trolling motor, but you know, I went into that in a different video, and I'll do another video to talk about it. But the reason I'm bringing it up, when I am chasing fish, I pretty much always go with one of the stick baits, guys. And how I rig it is, I have a piece of weight on the line, and maybe 20 inches down. I'll have, depending on whether the fish are roaming higher in the water column or lower in the water column. You know, the important thing about you have to make sure that you're not dropping heavy weights on top of spooky fish. Just a couple of days ago, I decided to go to a bigger weight, guys. I had been using 130, 164 and 132nd ounce jig heads to rig these jigs, and I decided to go out to I believe it was either a 1/8 or 1/16. And guys, as soon as that lure hit the water, the entire school, single file, one fish after the other, moved and went over to another log. So once again, open water, I want a stick bait, I want a lid, but nothing that's going to make a loud splash. I'm going to pitch it underhand, let it lie softly on the water, okay, so it doesn't scare the fish. A lot of times your bigger fish will be in pairs. I love when the winter time come and the fish are in pairs. They're going to be bigger fish, and they're very, very aggressive. You know, the summer and the fall, I like it because the schools are easy to find. You can find thousands of fish. What I don't like about it is the fish are lethargic and it's much harder to get a bite. So guys, I think I talked to you about the different baits and when to use a stick bait, when to use an action bait. You know, once again, use the action bait, and the action bait means that you got a curly tail, you got some kind of action going on there. Great during the spawning season, pre-spawn, when fish are chasing, moving. It's great during the fall if you're going to long line trolling. If you're going to long line troll, I love a curly tail grub. I just love a curly tail grub. Now, I have actually use smaller stick baits too. I mean, I'm not saying they won't bite them trolling, but I like that action. Fish have lateral lines on their body, and action not only appeals to their eye, but it appeals to their sense of vibration. It helps them locate the bait. It helps them believe that it's really bait. Okay, so make sure that if you're using a bait that doesn't have any type of action built into it, that you add that action. So guys, I think I have pretty much covered everything. I'm going to show you my now what I do is I have all of my bait. I keep my bait in this soft case from Bass Pro Shops. Now guys, I'm a Bass Pro affiliate, and I just kind of went to this case. I can pack, whoop, it's durable. I can pack a lot into it, and I'll probably take some pictures here to show you. But it has these sleeves in it. Okay, now you can take these sleeves in and out. So what I do is I have some for my stick baits. I have one of these sleeves, you know, for my hook and lead. I have one for my middle stick baits. My curly tail grubs are in one. I actually have some little tiny paddle tails. It gives you action, and it's a small bait. I didn't put that down here as an example, guys, but I put a picture up there now so you can see it. And I also have my small curly tail grub. Turn this around, let you see it instead of me looking at it. But there's my paddle tail. There's my large grubs. There's my stick bait, lead, hooks and lead. More stick bait. And I also have a place up here where I can store, you know, crappie minnow, hooks, rubber bobber stoppers, so on and so forth. So guys, I hope I kind of gave you some good information here about when to use some of these bait. And once again, go to the website, look at it. You know, you've seen me catching tons of fish with these bait. Even the newer bait here that I added to the website, I actually started fishing with them before I even put them on the website, and then once I put them on the website, I kept fishing with them. I'm surprised nobody picked up on and said, hey, what are you using? Well guys, go to the website and you'll see everything that's out there. So once again, I would like to say thanks to all of you, you know, for your support. And if you like these videos, tips, or entertainment, do me a favor right now. Please reach up, click subscribe and like, and make sure you click the notification bell so you will be alerted when future videos are released. Thanks for watching Hook Legend.